Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League. We are back right now with the third match of the night. Coming up, we've got Melons versus Tora. Your boy Psycho is going to be casting, and I got my homie Sageburner here on deck. Feeling good coming off his win. Congratulations on that win, Sage.
Thank you. It feels good to be in the playoffs.
So, what are we looking at here? We got Melons, already clinched playoffs, first seed in the Prospect League. And then we've got Tora, who unfortunately, because of y'all's win, that knocks them out of the playoff race, I believe, correct?
Yeah, so what it would have been was Tor would have had to beat Melons to knock Origin out of the playoffs and for them to get the tiebreaker because Tor did have the tiebreaker on Origin. But sadly, Origin was able to pull out the win, and now this game is. I'm not going to say that, but like, Tor is just out of luck this time. Maybe
For
next season.
sure. And hopefully we can see Tora still, try and light a fire under the Melons' butt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Try and give them hell and get out there and give them an upset, give them an extra loss on their record.
Yeah.
Make that record a little more dirty by the end of the season.
15-4. That would not be an ugly record. Well, that would be an ugly record.
Well, it would be more ugly than 16-3, I guess.
Yeah. But are there any players that you're looking at right now? Because I have a couple that I could say right now.
I know most of the people in this lobby. I've played with JD's on Viper last season. Dez played with us this season. I've seen Smiley play. Smiley's a nutter. On the other team, what do we got? JK,
Ole Miss,
JSN. And now JK, he's pretty solid. I've seen JSN pop. I've seen my guy just throw down. So I wouldn't be surprised if he comes with the fire tonight.
Absolutely. I'm friends with two players on tour. Well, I don't know if we're friends anymore, but, after what just happened. But they're good friends. They're all good. Everybody on this field right now is top-notch of Prospect League. So I'm looking forward to a good match.
Most definitely. And we're going to get into it in this game number 1, Melons versus Tora. And we've got the ball getting cleared by Andrew, but JSN's going to keep the pressure on Melons. JSN up in the air, knocking it down midfield. Andrew's there to send it into the corner. Got it past two of them. Dez comes in, is unable to get his touch because JSN cleared it out. JK trying to get it clear, unable to, but Ole Miss is there to clear it. Dez in the midfield blocks it. Andrew coming in with a good follow-up, and it almost hits the top corner, but unfortunately it just barely misses. Andrew keeping the pressure up, but JK is able to get a good clear and gets it past Dez. JD sends it up to the center. Let's see if somebody can capitalize on this. Unfortunately, JSN goes but misses. JK is going to come back and try and get a hit, but Dez clears it away with a good save. The Ole Miss trying to keep the pressure up, but Andrew with the block sends it up for JSN. JSN hits it down straight into JD. JD's going to try to control, but is unable to as JK takes it away from him. Dez up on the wall trying to make a block, but is unable to. JD comes in and makes a good clear, playing with one of the ugliest cards I've ever seen. JSN hits it up against the wall. Straight to Andrew. Andrew pops it, but JK is able to get an easy save. JD coming with a banger clear, trying to knock it off the backboard. Andrew with a good shot, but JSN with a good save. Dez keeping the pressure up. Sends it center. Nobody there to collect. The Ole Miss gets it clear. Is going to drive it down into the corner. Tries to get past JD. Does, but he's able to get... Oh, JSN almost with a big shot coming out. Just barely can't make the touch. What are you seeing so far, Sage?
It's really back and forth, honestly. Tora's playing really well against this number 1 team here. I'm getting distracted by these horrible cards. Melons do better. But I'm seeing a ton of pressure out of Melons still. This is just their signature gameplay style, is that fast-paced offense, cutting rotation to hit the ball, all of that good stuff. They're really a high-ranked team in Prospect. But I feel like Tor just needs to figure out a way to slow the game down so that the Melons aren't on the ball as much. It's going to be hard, but I think that's what they need to do to be able to compete with them here.
Most definitely. And as we hit the midway point of the first match, it's still 0-0. We're getting a few shots on net, but nothing too crazy. Dez with trying to get it out of his corner, but he's unable to. The Ole Miss knocks it. Dez comes with the clear. JK's there to send it back up. Andrew misses his clear. The ball's floating. JSN tries to put it center. Does. The Ole Miss misses.
Amazing.
JSN up. Andrew gets a little bit ahead of it. Going to go slow it down, try and control it, but the Ole Miss is there to clear. JD with a good block. Andrew trying to follow but can't. JK trying to send it center, but Dez is there. Is going to take it away from him, drive it up the wall. Dez coming off of the ceiling, trying for a second touch, but unable to find it. JSN clears it. Big, almost open net.
JSN.
JD was there, but he couldn't quite find it. And JSN with the top crossbar shot.
JSN here just got a ton of height and power. It's really unsavable. It barely went over JD and then gets low enough just to get under the crossbar and in.
Whew. That was a close one as we come to the kickoff. Ole Miss clears it across the field, tries to follow it up off the wall, but is unable to find the touch. JD tries to capture it and gets smashed by JK. Dez takes a shot, but it's wide. Andrew's there to clean it up for him.
Andrew, that is a disgusting car. That is actually unpleasing to the eye. But an amazing play there from Dez to realize that there's one person in the net. He had to commit to either him or play the ball off of the wall. So smart play there from Dez.
Smart play indeed. As JD tries to take control of the ball, gets it past one defender. He's gonna center it with another touch. Andrew's there but can't quite find it. JK tries to get it clear, but Dez blocks it. Keeps the pressure on. JSN taking it slow, getting the dribble, almost gets a flick, but he's blocked. JSN and the Ole Miss with the double commit. Dez is going to try and take advantage, send it over. The Ole Miss gets dunked. JK coming off the wall, finds the touch to cross it straight to Dez, who's waiting, but he's unable to find it. There's a bit of a collision. Andrew pops it. It's a floating. Dez is able to send it to the side. The Ole Miss with the block. JK's turning, but Andrew with a big pop. Trying for the second touch, but can't get it. JSN bats it down. The Ole Miss coming off the wall. JK with a banger of a shot and a double commit coming out, but Dez getting the save.
With some really good gameplay here from Tora. They have a ton of pressure right now. They have more pressure than the Melons, which is surprising. But they're just not finding the back of the net. They're getting it right in front there, but they're just not able to get the ball off that backboard.
As we go into overtime, game 1, 1-1. JD takes the kickoff. Ole Miss is there in the corner to try and send it back. Gets a soft touch. It gets hit again by JK, JSN, and Ole Miss with another double commit. JD capturing, dribbling, going for the open net. Flicks it over JK with a beautiful shot.
JD, absolutely known for his dribbles, even with that disgusting grog, is able to get a flick, over the Tora defender in Melon State game 1.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. You got seeing something like that come out. JK totally flubbing that save right there.
Ooh, Smiley coming in for the Melons. I wonder who he's gonna come in for.
If I had to guess, I'd guess that JD's gonna take a bench for Smiley.
Well, as you said that, Andrew leaves the match, so I believe the Melons roster for this next game is going to be Smiley, Dez, and JD.
Yeah, should be interesting.
But Tora, they played really well that game, able to send it to an overtime. Had 2 more shots than the Melons here. The stat lines for Tora, they really don't show anything. It's just JSN with the only real big stat with 1 goal. But you can definitely see from the stat line that the Melons were on the defense. Were defending much more than Tora. They had 3 saves compared to Tora's none. So if Tora's able to keep up that pressure, they'll be able to take this game too.
I agree. That was definitely a close one. I think that we're going to see another close one right here as we get into the kickoff of game number 2. JK. Oh, what's up?
I was gonna say, I wonder what it feels like right now to be Tora right now. They were hoping for that Origin loss to even have a chance, and to be playing this well against the number 1 team. It's gotta make you wonder what things would have looked like if Origin had lost.
Most definitely. And we got Real Smiley back on the field, subbing in for Andrew, trying to get something going on net. Ole Miss gonna get a clear, but JD's there to stuff it. Sends it back to the center, but no Melons there. There's Dez. Comes off the backboard, tries for the double touch. Close one, but can't quite get it. Smiley trying to clean it up, but is also unable. Ole Miss with a good save. Real Smiley driving it to the side. The Ole Miss is going to try and take control of it. Smiley tries to get it off the backboard. JD is up, but he misses. Dez gets the clear. Dez with a second touch. Real Smiley with a banger of a shot. And JK with a really nice save himself. JD coming with a long shot. JK is there to make the stop. JSN's going to try and slow it down, rocking that scarab. Another ugly card.
Hey, it's better looking than anything the Melons have on right now.
JSN most definitely. Poggers. He's going to try and take control, but is unable to. JK, excuse me, and Ole Miss with the double commit. JSN trying to slow it down, but JD with the big demo. Dez sending it across to Smiley. Smiley puts it on, but it hits the backboard. JD's going to try and slow it down, pop it, and he gets it past 2 of the defenders, and the Ole Miss makes an attempt, but can't quite make the save.
JD, yet again, as we see a quick chat explosion here from both teams, but JD, yet again, one of the best dribblers in Prospect League here, able to flick it over 2 defenders and put it into the back of the net.
Most definitely.
Might I interrupt and say, things are going to shake up a little bit in that Western Conference. Wyvern were able to take down what Faded has the number 1 seed right now, and the Vipers are looking for it, and Faded just lost here, so that Western playoff race is gonna, it's just heated up just a little bit more. Saturday Night Rocket League is gonna be fantastic.
And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to miss it because I gotta be out of town, and it makes me real sad. But I'm rooting for my Vipers. I know we got what it takes. We're gonna take top of the Western Conference.
Absolutely, I believe in you guys, man.
And JD coming out with another dribble. We know this is dangerous. JSN goes and is able to throw off the play enough for Ole Miss to stop it. JK off the wall, making the touch. Dez is there in the center. Smiley almost with the save himself, but Ole Miss gets in front of him. JK is going to send it down. JSN's waiting there, but JD with a big clear. Real Smiley trying to find the redact. Unable to, but JD coming in and cleaning up his own pass. What a shot.
JD here, that grog is giving him special powers.
It might be ugly, but it's making him play beautifully.
It is. The term look good, play good does not apply to him here.
Kickoff going to Smiley. Looked like JK went for the fake and send it across. Try and take it up the wall. See if he can get some sort of airplay going on. He's got a dribble going down, but he knocks it to the side, a little bit too far to the side. JD with the clear. Dez going to follow up. He's going to take his time.
I must say, it looks like both teams are just freestyling now, as it looks like this game or this series doesn't really shake anything up here in the East.
A little freestyle, most definitely a little freestyle fake coming out from Dez. Smiley was up just in case they wanted to try and block it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's looking like they'll be just freestyling the rest of this match.
Hopefully we can see JSN do a little freestyle right here. He can't.
Yeah.
JK gets the clear off the back wall.
JSN is gone. We can talk about how the playoffs are looking for both conferences right now. Oh, Jason's joined back.
JSN maybe having a little
technical difficulties.
technical difficulties, some upsetness, perhaps.
Yeah, it's an extremely scuffed game. I can't imagine what it's like to be Tora right now. It's kind of bittersweet that I made playoffs with Origin. Tora was the first team to take a chance on me, but
That definitely is something to feel proud about, my guy. I know my first season in a league was pretty atrocious. I was on one of the worst teams, so it's definitely nice to be able to know that the Vipers and myself are going to playoffs this year. Regardless of how well we do, hey, we made it in the playoffs, which makes me happy personally.
absolutely, it's been a long season for prospects. There's a there's a ton of stuff that prospectors went to, so it's bittersweet seeing it all come to an end. We see JSN on his back right now.
Wow. Hopefully, the next game. This is game 2, I believe. So hopefully, game 3 will be a little bit less clowny, I suppose. A little bit more Rocket League and
I
Smiley.
must say, the Melons have a ton of self control here. Because if I was in the match, I'd be stat padding so hard right now. I'd have 8 goals and I'd secure that player of the week.
JK is gonna roll it in so that way he can avoid the blowout. Can't say I blame him
maybe
there.
maybe he's setting up the Brazil.
Setting up for the Brazil. Unfortunately, 4 seconds, 3 goals.
Yeah, seems unlikely.
Bit suspect.
Oh,
Real Smiley with a banger. Everybody's gonna let it drop.
an
Game 2.
absolutely scuffed game.
Feels bad. You hate to see games like that. You really do.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can get on to this game 3 and have a little bit more
Competition, maybe.
competition. Like the first game. The first game was looking good.
The first game was
And this
amazing.
game, the first, I don't know, half of it was pretty solid stuff going down. A lot of good plays coming out from the Melons, and unfortunately, Tora just had to play a lot of defense. But anybody that's played the Melons knows that that's what happens. You end up playing a lot of defense.
Absolutely. So JD here. He is playing for Cast of Snapchat here in the Prospect League. So JD's ecstatic that it's turned into a freestyle contest.
Oh yeah.
It's looking like Andrew's gonna sub back in. I believe this time for JD, but it's go either way.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens when we all get on the pitch.
Yeah. Gotta say though, Ole Miss and JK, you guys are still my homies.
Looks like we got Dez, Andrew, and Real Smiley coming out for Melons, and JK, JSN, and the Ole Miss. Oh yeah, of course they don't have subs from the same 3.
So we're seeing this Melons roster that played for a couple of weeks there after JD was unable to play due to IRL circumstances.
Some unfortunate things that went down.
Yeah. It looks like this game is not going to be a serious game either. This is a bad way to end off the night.
So then we've got playoffs coming up, right? So
I believe the 1 seed is locked into the Melons.
1 seed is locked in the Melons, and I'm pretty sure the Vipers can take 2nd seed. I think we might have to sweep.
You guys can take 1st seed, I believe.
No,
I believe it has to be a sweep.
I don't know if we can take 1st seed.
Rockerman did just drop something in Prospect General. I would go look at it, but my phone is borderline dead.
Let's see if I can pull something up real quick on it. Prospect.
Yeah, because there's a 3-way tie right now in the West because of Velocity's loss. If the Rooks win, I believe they get it. But if they lose, it's going to be a 3-way tie. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there.
I said Faded is already clinched, so I'm thinking he's saying Faded already has 2nd seed.
Yeah, first or 2nd seed.
Okay, yeah. So then Viper's probably going to get 3rd seed whenever we clap on Saturday, or when my boys clap on Saturday, because unfortunately I'm not going to be able to be there.
Absolutely.
Do we've got
Which
a little bit of game going on now? They decided to
um
play?
no.
No? Little smiley coming off the wall. Dez up in the air? No?
Yeah,
Oh.
they're just freestyling about right now.
Okay, gotcha.
We could just keep going through playoff scenarios here.
Most definitely, most definitely. So yeah, like I said, hopefully, I know my boys are going to be able to put the rooks in the dirt and go ahead and clinch and get that good spot. And then, honestly, like I've told them, no matter what team it is, it doesn't matter if you're first seed or if you're eighth seed. You're in the
Yeah, you're
you're in
in
the
the
playoffs. You got a
playoffs.
chance to win the whole thing, and it can
Yeah.
happen and does happen.
It
I
doesn't
mean,
matter how you make it to the playoffs. As long as you made it, you're in there. You made
most
like
definitely.
make some noise.
Because I'm pretty sure Origin. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think last season they were the last seed and they won the whole thing.
Yeah, I was not. I wasn't in the league last season, but I've heard some things about this old Origin roster, the old relics of Origin, and I'm hoping that we could repeat that this season as well, coming in as I believe be the fifth seed.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be a good one, regardless of how you do it. If we get, more than likely, Melons are going to be in the grand finals. Of course, as a
Yeah,
prospect player myself, I'd like to see him get knocked out earlier, so that way I don't have to face him in the
Uh, if they
grand
get
finals.
if they get knocked out early, it still is anyone's game in playoffs. It's just the Melons have a step up on everybody because they have their entire roster, I believe, is champ 2 and above
They
currently.
they definitely got a good
So
roster. They definitely got a good roster,
yeah,
and
they've definitely
I know
chosen
that.
the best players.
I know that they've been beat not many times. I know the
Oh,
Viper
yeah.
when the Vipers scrimmed them, we beat them a fair amount of times. They were they were good every time. We were never able to joke around with them. They constantly brought the fire.
Yeah, they're no joke, but any team in prospect can take it. I believe that's how it was last season. So might
And
we
or
see? Oh, keep going.
I was just saying Origin. I mean, last time we played y'all absolutely clapped us. It was a dirty game. So I know that if we have to end up facing y'all in one of the rounds, we're definitely not going to be taking y'all lightly.
Yeah, it's gonna. That's what I mean. It's gonna be a fun tournament there in the playoffs for Prospect. As there's, I believe, 8 out of the 10 teams still qualifying, going into the last match of Prospect coming up this Saturday. I believe it's Rooks and Ember.
Rooks versus Vipers on Saturday.
Ooh, Rooks versus Vipers. Yes, absolutely. If the Vipers win, I believe they get that first seed. If it's a sweep, so there's a lot of playoff implications here. Two, two of those 3 teams that have a tie right now. 2 of them are going to be going home. It's going to be heartbreaking. But I believe if Velocity won today, they actually would have secured their playoff spot. So that was interesting.
Wow. That feels bad.
Yeah, as we're seeing, just continue to watch this freestyle contest. There's really nothing to commentate over.
Yeah. So what other teams do you think got a strong chance at the playoff finals?
Okay, this isn't only because you're in here. I truly believe that Vipers are one of the tougher teams. Is we're seeing Faded falling off the map right now. They're falling off the face of the earth right now after getting beat 3-2 by Wyverns. Wyverns, if they make it in, they're definitely a dark horse. Clubly is an absolute maniac when he gets an opportunity on the ball.
I agree with that. I've seen Clubly do some things that just made my jaw drop.
Absolutely. He actually appeared in a video where he deceived for, I believe, 3 rounds players of being a grand champion. So he's definitely one of the best players in Prospect. Everybody was surprised when they didn't see him on the Western All-Star team.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They're doing laps around the middle of the
Yeah,
field.
we've got the players doing some laps. It looks like they're going to keep it at 2-2.
And then go to
into
OT.
overtime. I know Chip said that if it goes past 10 minutes, he's going to go ahead and cut the stream.
Yeah.
Being definitely a little bit childish here. Just play the game and get
Get it
through it.
over.
so we can all go on with our lives. But it's all good.
Another dark horse team though. Second in the East, Aurora, with Regret and Blazing. That duo is absolutely. It's amazing what that duo can do. Regret most likely going to bring home that Prospect League MVP.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's somebody that has definitely put in some work.
Absolutely, but people would call him that one man carry of Aurora. I like to disagree. They have two amazing pieces in Muffin Mateo and uh, Blazing Dragon. They play really well as a team together.
I love you. I love you.
So, of course, Aurora's another dark horse team to look at. But I believe with Faded falling off right now, they could be a first round exit team in the playoffs, dropping down. See JK. Well,
All right. Looks like we're going to a game 4.
This is fun. Yes, this is Prospect League, guys.
This is definitely Prospect League.
Maybe Origin should have lost that match. We'd actually have something to commentate over here. Hopefully, everybody just readies up so we can get this over with.
I agree.
I believe nobody wants to sit here and watch Melons and Tora all night. We see Dez pop out and JD pop back in. Are there any other leagues that you pay attention to? There's Challenger League. I don't know much. I believe Venom was eliminated from the playoffs, which is sad because they're one of the teams I was rooting for in that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit biased. I go with pretty much any of the teams in Org D, Venom, Venganza, Vortex. I keep up with them. As far as the higher leagues, I've started keeping up with Challenger a little bit more, but Rival, Titan, that stuff's pretty above my head.
Rival is nothing to play with. I have never even snuck in there. I know Flame's a really good team up there, so that's a team to watch out for. With Heck, Season 1 champion for Origin. He made the move from Prospect all the way up to Rival, and I believe he's going to be Titan next year. He was Finals MVP. We can touch on how Tora definitely made some big strides this season as they promoted Quackbot up to being GM. He rebuilt that team from the ground up, picking up me, Johnny Boy, Joe Kai, and himself before stepping down to a non-playing GM. There was a period of time where it was me, Muffin Mateo, Sari, and Ole Miss. So, of course, Ole Miss still on the team. Me and Sari decided to depart and take our separate ways. But now they built themselves a dream squad here, JSN, JK, and Ole Miss. But sadly, this is the last we're going to be seeing of them in Prospect League.
Oh, really? Who's all moving up?
I believe everybody who's currently on this pitch is going to be moving up.
Oh, wow.
I believe awesome. Smiley actually has a chance to move up to Rival.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, that he's going to be going to Rival.
He could be the Heck of this season.
Yeah. Yeah, it would seem like it. And it looks like, I feel like they're playing.
They could be? Let's look at this kickoff here and see if they're actually playing.
Let's look at this kickoff, and we'll get into this. Maybe we can get back to casting and get this game over with.
They are playing.
All right, JK with the kickoff. Sending it into the corner. JD is going to slow it down, try to control it. Andrew with clear. The ball's floating. JD with the clear. JK there in the middle to stop it. Pop it up. JSN and JK with a little double commit, but it's okay. JK is able to get it past the defenders. Put it to the center. JD with a big save coming out. Clearing it into the corner. Real Smiley. Messing up his recovery a little bit, but JD's there to try and flick it, but it goes wide. The ball's going backwards. Andrew gets a little pop, trying to slow it down. Gets it past one defender, but the Ole Miss knocks it away. Pops it in the center. Up to JSN, who tries to go for the redirect and is unable to find the angle. JD leaving it as JK comes out and misses. JD misses, gets flicked. Oh, going for the demo instead. Andrew playing with the ball in the corner. Takes it across. JSN brings the demo out. Brings it up to JK. JK with a beautiful shot coming out.
JK with a nice shot here. Although it looked like a double commit, it worked out. JK off the sidewall. Got one more last jump there to get above the ball. Get it down, and a nice shot there from JK.
3 minutes left on the clock. Game 4, the Ole Miss coming out with looks like a bit of a technical issue on Andrew's point. Yeah, he unfortunately messed up his kickoff.
Yeah, barely over JD there. I don't think it hurts. They're number 1 seed. It doesn't matter. Yeah, but a nice shot there. Nice job realizing that the kickoff was going to go his way and taking the shot.
Ole Miss with the touch, puts it to the side, but Andrew's there, send it back center. Andrew's going to follow his own touch off the wall. Doesn't look like he has any boost to follow it. JSM pops it up to clear it. JD's waiting back, takes it down to the ground. He's going to slow it down and try for a flick. Puts it to the side. Real Smiley going for the demo, but misses. Ole Miss able to get it out. Smiley is going to put it back towards his net. JD's waiting there. The ball gets a weird bounce. Looked like JD wasn't ready for it. Puts it up. JSN in the center with the dunk.
Nice shot there from JSN. Nice play here from Ole Miss to realize nobody's in net. And then JSN there with a nice tap in. Upper 90. Might I say, though, Clackbot has done a mighty good job of building this team up. I believe they were the worst team in Prospect last season. And to be fighting for a playoff spot is, most people wouldn't count it as an achievement, but for this org, I definitely count it as an achievement.
Most definitely. As we see JSN with the block in the corner, trying to get a clear out. Unfortunately misses his touch. JD is going to send it back to the center, but JK is there to stop it. The ball's floating, waiting for somebody to touch it. Indra is there, puts it on net, but JSN makes a save. He's going to try and take control of it, but JD's there for the 50. Andrew bounces it off the wall to the center. Real Smiley with a shot, but it's just wide off the post. JSN bats it into the corner. Ole Miss tries to get it clear, but he's unable to. JK with another save, giving him the savior achievement for this match. JK is there. He's going to get a second touch off the wall and send it down. JSN's going to try and make something happen, but Real Smiley gets the block. Misses his touch as the Ole Miss comes in and puts it on net, but JD with a good save. JSN gets the block in midfield, but Real Smiley is able to push it past him. Ole Miss put it back. JSN's down. He's coming off the wall, but JD's there to clear it away. JD is going to try and slow it down, take it up the wall. But JSN comes in with the 50. Real Smiley's up in the air. He makes a touch into the corner, off of Ole Miss. Andrew driving backwards, missing the ball. It looks like JD comes in but gets bumped by Andrew, but still able to make the play and weave the needle.
Nice play here from JD. Seeing that JK was just net sitting there, able to just tap it straight to the side. JK here, I was low-key expecting a little bit more out of him as he's a former player for Melons. This could have been a good a good matchup for him. Get payback on his old team, maybe. But
Well,
sadly, he just wasn't able to.
I got to tell you, I'm happy to just see him play.
Absolutely. He was extremely unhappy on the Melons for a little bit there. Found his home, hoping to make playoffs, but a little bit unlucky in that department.
Well, there's always next season. I'm sure he'll be around either in this league or the next.
Absolutely. Challenger. He runs his own server. I believe I don't have the permission to publicize it on stream, but if you guys ever figure out what it is, go support him.
All right, as we get down to the last second, the ball drops and we go into overtime of Game 4. Matt scores 3-3. JD and JSN coming out. The Ole Miss getting the demo, trying to take it to Game 5, but he's unable to. JSN pops it, but it gets cleared away by JD. JD brings it down, is going to control it, tries to flick it, but JSN dunks. Ole Miss coming in, unable to get his touch. As the ball goes center, Andrew trying to make something happen, but the Ole Miss passes it to JSN. JSN puts it on, but it hits the post. Andrew trying to get a clear, but pops it against the ceiling. The ball's just floating. Everybody's leaving it. Here comes Andrew, but JSN dunks into the corner. He's going to try and go for another touch. He does, but he's just misses barely. The Ole Miss tries to get it back, but he's unable to. JD might have an open net to shoot at here. 2 defenders get back. JSN.
This overtime might have been over if Tora was running a 3-man rotation here, but I believe it's just 2 of them playing out right now, and then JK is just net sitting currently.
Net sitting, which is a risky maneuver in my opinion. Oh, a bit of a
bronze tactic.
Double commit coming out from Tora. Andrew puts it off the back. JD with a second off the back, but JSN gets it out of there before Smiley's able to dunk it. Andrew bringing it back. JK gets the save as the ball is floating. JSN and JD both whiffing the ball. Andrew's there to put it on net, but the Ole Miss is there to save it. Smiley brings it back, but it's just wide. JK clears it to the side. Andrew is going to try and keep the pressure, but it gets pinched. Smiley's back, and he's waiting. JSN with the shot, but Smiley there to make a good save. The Ole Miss coming off the wall, sticking it center. Andrew with the big clear. JK keeping it from getting too close to his net. The Ole Miss is going to take it up and try and bring it down, and he gets a demo, but the real Smiley is there. Andrew is going to pop it back up to Smiley. Smiley's going to go for 2 touches in the backfield, but he misses the second. JSN off the wall. Andrew with a good save. Ole Miss popping it to the center. Gets a second one, but JD with a big clear. It's coming down. JK's there trying to clear it, but Smiley dunks him. Puts it in front of net, but it gets cleared away. Andrew sticking it to the center. JD trying to get the redirect, but he's unable to find it. Andrew trying to keep the pressure, but he misses. Here comes the Ole Miss. He's going to bang it down. JD's there to send it back. JSN pops it to the middle. Is there anybody there to capitalize? JSN tries to get a second touch. Off the backboard, he's unable. Andrew sends it over to Smiley. Smiley's going to send it to the backboard. Off the backboard, JSN with a pop to get it out of the danger zone. We're up at a 3-minute overtime now. The game's still 3-3. JSN trying to put it on net, just wide. Smiley pops it, going for the control. Looked like he was going to go for the fake there, but the Ole Miss knocks it away, giving him the savior token for this matchup. JSN keeping it out of the danger zone. This real Smiley is going to bring it back off the backboard, trying to make something happen. JD's there, but JSN is also going to clear it away. The Ole Miss. The Ole Miss.
The Ole Miss.
The Ole Miss.
The Ole Miss.
JD's going to bring it off of the corner and send it down. JSN is like a brick wall tonight. He's not letting anything go through right now. As he flicks it over, JD, Andrews there, sends it down. The Ole Miss off the wall, but can't find the next touch to clear it. JK is playing scared. JSN comes around. The ball's just floating in the middle right now as the Ole Miss comes and picks it up, sends it to the backboard.
This is Prospect League. A 4-minute overtime. Yes. Yes, Prospect, please, more overtime.
The Ole Miss sends it to the corner. Smiley's there, but he misses the touch. Injury gets the clear. The Ole Miss. Uh-oh. Smiley with the demo on it. And JD is able to capitalize on said demo. What a play coming out from Melons. What a way to end this interesting match.
It looks like the term look good, play good does still apply to JD. 3 goals inside that nice Melons car.
Melons car is not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
As we see the Tora season come to an end, the Melons already with that first seed clinched. Although, it's a sad ending. It's a sad ending.
Definitely. We hate to see any team not be able to make it into the playoffs. Unfortunately, though, not every team can make it into the playoffs. And this year it was Tora and
Ember,
who unfortunately, and you know that felt real bad about Ember because Ember came out of the gates on fire at the beginning of the season, on absolute fire.
take Grandpa Gilmore and slip. Everybody, I personally thought that Ember would have been the team that the Melons ended up becoming. But
Yeah. Well, that's just the way these things go sometimes. But that's going to wrap up our Nemesis Gaming League matches for the night. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. We're glad that y'all came out to support us. And we'll see you in the future.
although this last matchup of tonight might have been trash, tune in for Saturday Night Rocket League. Plenty of playoff implications there for both matches. So show up and have some fun this Saturday.
Most definitely.